Hello and welcome back to another Mixed Media Tuesday. Today I'm going for a double spread on my Dilutions journal and I'm going to make sure that I show you all the steps that you can easily follow to create the exact same thing. I made sure that this project is quite easy for beginners who want to start their journaling. So one of the best things to break that blank page is to use one of those Transfer Me pages. There are so many different designs to choose from. You can go super busy, however you will find some great ones which are perfect for backgrounds, such as those who have that wood grain pattern. So first step, you need to peel off that plastic backing. And now it is kind of sticky, so I'm going to close the page there and it's going to stick nicely where it's supposed to go, and I will do the same thing with the other page as well. To transfer them you actually need to work with water, and you can either spray water all over those pages, you can go with a sponge, you can use a brush that you dip in your water jar. Just make sure that you add enough water so that you can see the image coming through, as you can see here, and then all you need to do is to just slide off the backing. When it's wet enough you will find that it's super easy to do that. If it doesn't slide, just add a little bit of water like I'm doing here. And now here is where I realize that I haven't cut off the excess. So I'm going to do that now before I peel off the backing, because I didn't know what could happen. I'm just going to use my scissors and make sure that I remove any excess of that Transfer Me page. And you should definitely do that before you apply water. This way you will have some scraps that you can reuse on another project. Now I'm ready to slide off the top. And you see I have the perfect transfer there. If you end up with some boo-boos, I do have some at the top. Don't touch it too much, just leave it be. After all, this is just the background, so if you have some imperfections, they are not going to show at the end. The fun part about these Transfer Me pages is that you can layer them. They are kind of transparent, and when you place one image on top of another, you will still be able to see what's underneath. So that's exactly what I'm going to do with these images here. I'm just going to separate the ones that I want to use, place them on top of my page, and again repeat the same process with water. People usually ask me if I have a finished image of my project on my mind, and I certainly don't. At this stage I know that I want to use some flowers and some lemons as my focal points, however I have no idea where I'm going to place them. So this image that I'm transferring now may end up covered up. However, at this stage I'm looking only on this layer. I just play with layers and have fun with it, and I don't worry at all if on the next layer they are going to be covered. Again, if you have some boo-boos as you slide off the top, don't worry too much, this is just the background. For example, here notice that two of mine were transferred in an angle. It doesn't really matter, you won't be able to see that at the end. Now I'm using some white paint, you can definitely do that with gesso, and I'm adding some white areas here and there. Don't worry if you don't have a brayer, you can definitely do that with a brush. Just make sure that it is a stiff brush and you can see the brush strokes. I'm going to leave that aside for it to dry, and let's work on the focal points. For my focal points I decided to go with flowers and lemons from the Eternal Love collection. This is one of the collections that were in my Dress My Craft box that I did an unboxing in the previous week, and I did promise that I'm going to use this collection for an art journal, so here we go. I am going to use my scissors and fuzzy cut some of those beautiful bunch of flowers. And at this step, as I'm fuzzy cutting my images, I usually come up with ideas. So I may browse through the whole collection to find even more images to play with. And I will make sure that I fuzzy cut all the images that I may need. Sometimes I have even more than I'm actually going to use on my page. But I like to have a batch of them so that I can play with and decide on the final composition. So I cut out the clock, many lemons, that bunch of flowers, and as I'm browsing through this 6x6 paper, I realized how beautiful that green paper would look, which I will actually use in my finished layout. I was going for that black pattern paper actually, so that I could die cut a few swirls using my dies. Now I have cut out all the elements that I probably will use, and I have even more than I will actually need. I also cut out a couple of strips from those pattern papers, one from that beautiful green one, and then a column from this newspaper one. To make those strips look more interesting, more organic, I'm going to tear off one of their sides, and I make sure that as I tear it off, I leave that white border. If you do it the other way around, the white border is going to be at the back, but I made sure that I have it at the front. Just make sure that you lift the paper that you want to throw on top. And now it's finally time to do some collage and create my composition. I'm sticking them down using a white glue. You can definitely go with a glue stick, you can go with matte medium, whatever works at this stage. I'm going to put on some music and I will come back once everything is down. And don't forget, now is the perfect time to hit that like button if you do enjoy my videos. It's the easiest way to support a YouTube channel. And here we are, all ready to go. Now let's have some fun with extra mediums. First of all, I want to ink up the edges of that green pattern paper just to create kind of a border to make it darker at the edge. I was debating either I want to create the same border on the other side of the page, but I decided it would be too repetitive and I prefer to add it only on one page. Now I'm doing some stamping with a very small font of a stamp. This is just a text stamp, and I'm going to do that on top of some of the pattern papers as well as on my background. Just some touches here and there, nothing has to be perfect, this is not supposed to be readable. However, it is a small touch that brings all the elements together since they do have the same detail on top of them. I'm even going to add some touches on top of the white flowers and even on top of the lemons. When you use a pattern paper as your starting point for an inspiration, then everything comes together really easy, trust me, just because your focal points as well as the pattern papers that you are going to use are all from the same collection, so somebody else did the hard job for you, everything is going to match beautifully together. Another little technique that brings elements together are splashes. In this case, I'm going to do splashes, making sure that they are not going to go over my white flowers and my yellow lemons. That's why I covered them up. I want those black splashes to stay mainly at the background. And I'm going to repeat the same process with white, but this time I will try and stay mainly on top of the green pattern paper, and I don't care if the white splashes go over the lemons or the flowers, they are going to look as highlights. And now it's time to do the shadows. For today I decided to go with a different medium than I usually go with. This is the Zig marker. It's a watercolor brush that you can definitely use to create shadows. I usually go with my big brush markers just because they are super easy. However, you can definitely go with watercolor. The color that I'm using here is Oatmeal, and I'm going to link it down below. If the area you are going on top of is non-porous, you will be able to smudge it with your finger. If it is quite porous, it's going to soak into the paper. However, you can definitely blend it out with water, since this is actually watercolor in a form of a brush. Notice that I'm not being very neat, I'm just randomly adding some shadows here and there. They do make a difference, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Always keep that in mind. And if you watch my videos, you probably know what's coming next. It's the white gel pen, just adding touches of highlights here and there. I'm not going to overdo it on this project. And of course you can go on and on with those finishing touches. You can doodle if you like with a fine tip black marker. I decided to go and add some white stamping on top of some of the elements. Again, repeating the same process, the same technique like I did in a previous step using the black archival ink, but this time with white pigment ink. I also go over the swirls, which gives a lovely effect on them. And it's time to add my quote. You know that I like to combine different fonts, smaller and bigger. So the quote for today is, if life gives you lemons, make a lemonade. I'm going to put together the word lemon using an alphabet stamp set. And of course you can definitely write it down if you love your handwriting. Then for the rest of the quote, I'm just going to print it out using my label maker. I get asked a lot about my label maker. If you don't have one, you can definitely print out your sentiment on your regular printer and cut off little strips to use them. I like to cut my phrases and somehow nest them around the bigger word, and that happens here. So I have one at the top, another at the bottom, and I'm going to outline those phrases using a thin black marker. And the final tip, if you are in the market for a label maker, make sure to get one that isn't a thermal printer. Otherwise, your prints are going to disappear when you use your heat gun. So here I'm just testing it out for you, so you can see that it's not a problem at all with this one. So that was the project for today. I hope that you had fun and that you got inspired. Here are some close-up photos. Don't forget to like the video, to leave me a comment. You will find the products that I used listed down below in the description area. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I'll see you all next time.